Ooh la la, guys, it's oldie but goldie Nollywood movies you should watch for a good laugh. Growing up, I found these Nollywood movies very relaxing. They were very good at cracking us up and making us laugh. Without wasting much of your time, guys, let's get right in. So, my number 8 would be. Hmm. 8 movie Stronger Than Pain. Movie number 7 on my list, Daddy Must Obey. Daddy Must Obey is another interesting one, and this makes Daddy Must Obey my number 7. You definitely laugh on this one. Sam Loco played the role of Austin. He was not providing for his wife, but he was providing for his side chick, Fatima. So Akin and Popo decided to take action into their hands, and because now when you see your mom moody and all of that, so they saw their mom moody and they asked her what's happening, and they were able to know that their father had a side chick and is giving her money and is not doing the needful in his own house. Akin and Popo were freaking hilarious. They did too much. I swear, like they did too much. So they sat their father down and they decided to discuss who Fatima was. Father was surprised, like, who's Fatima? Papa was like, tell me, what are you doing with this lady called Fatima? The man was shook. Sam Loco was shook. Austin was shook. He was surprised. He was surprised, like Austin was surprised at his children's attitude towards him. Then Papa stood up. Papa could not take this anymore. He stood up and he pointed his finger to his father, Austin. And Austin was like, so you can point a finger at me, your father? He was so surprised, like, the part that got me, like the part that literally got me. He was instructing them to sit down, then all of a sudden it's like, is this war? Here we dey fight ni. If we're not fighting, then you guys should sit down and let's have a reasonable dialogue. As in, it's so that part got me, guys. Daddy Must Obey. I can still go back and watch Daddy Must Obey anytime, any day. So I want you to see Daddy Must Obey if you haven't seen it, guys. So they came to threaten Fatima's husband to warn his wife to leave their father Austin alone. I remember they did too much. They burnt Fatima's shop down. They even brought Masquerade to Fatima's shop to beat her. Like Akin and Papa overdid. Like they did too much. Guys. Movie number 6, Dr. Dogood. My number 5 movie, Akin Naokwa. Akinam Papa, hey, Akinauka. Akinam Papa, hey, Akinauka. I want to believe you still remember this Akinauka soundtrack. So Miss Koi Koi was pissed off because Akin and Papa were always doing the wrong thing at the right time. For summer lessons, they wore school uniforms instead of casual wears. And she was like, guy, I beg, let me hold your hand, let me hold your leg, might beat them. So she took action. Akin and Papa's father and Mrs. Koi Koi started to get along. I love this particular scene when Akin and Papa thought of singing for Dorcas. Dorcas is a queen, a ginger. Dorcas is a queen, a ginger. Man, Akin Naokwa makes it my number 5. Movie number 4, Tom and Jerry. In this movie, Sam Loco was Tom and Jerry's grandfather. Tom was Aki, while Popo was Jerry. So his daughter kept them over his watch to take care of them. But he could barely watch over them because he could not see. And they were doing too much. Like they showed him Pepe, guy. When it comes to respect, Tom and Jerry had zero respect. They were rude. They had no respect for Sam Loco. Sam Loco was always walking with a stick because he was blind, and he was always using the stick to correct them because he could not see them. Another thing I love about this movie was the song Tom Tom Tom, I am one Jerry, I am Tom and Jerry. They also used Papa P. Papa P is Sam Loco, guys. They used him to beg, as in beg. There was nothing Tom and Jerry didn't do. They inserted nail on his bed and he sat on it. The man was in pain. Papa P was in pain. They kept pepper in his sleeve boss and his sleeve pepper guy. The man was in serious pains, but the man has always been nice to them. She gets, his grandchildren now. But we're always laughing. Like, this film was funny. Like, it's still funny till now. And this makes it my number 4. Movie number 3, Mr. Trouble. Guys, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. So this movie, Mr. Trouble, we had Nkem Owo. Nkem Owo played the role in Sobo. He had a friend, Akata Sam Loco. They ball together, they roll together, they enjoyed their Sakpa season together. Nsobo was known for causing trouble. He was always causing trouble for Akada. Akada and Nsobo made it to the city. Nsobo and Akada had a lot of misunderstandings, but they were still stuck together like that of bread and butter. Their friendship was real. I love the dance. I love this scene, like this particular scene. Their shoes, their dancing steps and all, they cracked me up here, and this makes it my number 3. Movie number 2, My Baby. This movie had parts 1 and 2. It was filled up with lots of comedy. Like, you go laugh. For this one, you go laugh. This movie showcased the typical Nigerian man, Ufele, who wanted a male son at all costs, and he married 2 wives who were always engaging in serious fights. Ufele was not always willing to provide for the girls. Ufele's 2 wives were from different regions: Comfort, Hausa, Maria, Igbo. Ufele was always making a mountain out of a molehill because he needed a male child so bad. So anytime they had a little disagreement or anytime a little fight would pop up, Ufele would just mention, since you guys are not giving me male child, what do I have to say? I don't have anything to pour. And he was always looking for ways to exclude himself from their disagreement, from their misunderstandings and all. Ufele decided to get another wife, as in it's the God for me. He now summoned meeting and he was like telling his wives, this is Ayo. She's from Yoruba land. Guy, well, he got another wife thinking and hoping that she's going to bore him a male child. And this makes him my number 2. Guys, the movie had a continuation, My Only Hope. Thank you for watching up to this point, guys. You guys are the real MVPs. My movie number 1, My In-Law. Oops, guys, this movie is extra packed with comedy. Benson is a graduate, but life has been so tough on him, so he sells newspaper for a living. He's a newspaper vendor. So Tochi and Benson were dating. Tochi made it a habit of always bringing food for Benson, the newspaper vendor, her boyfriend. So her father was heading somewhere and he was surprised to see Tochi and the vendor. It made being broke, it made poverty feel like it was a disease in this movie. Nkem Owo delivered, and damn, Tochi's dad was about leaving after greeting a big sale. So he saw his plate, then he started asking the vendor, is this my plate? Then he opened and he saw his abacha mixed with groundnuts that his daughter brought for her lover boy. Then he started interrogating him and he started popping questions. The guy was confused. He was asking the questions, he was one answering the questions himself. Man, this movie would crack you up. You would laugh. I mean laugh. Tochi had a sister Sandra who was not happy with her decision to stick with the newspaper vendor, and Tochi stood up and said she's with Benson for her happiness. Omo, e choke, e choke. Benson succeeded in marrying Tochi, the love of his life. So Tochi's father and her sister came to visit them, but unfortunately things were not rosy for them in the beginning. They were drinking gari. Is it drinking gari or eating gari? Please let me know in the comment section. They were eating gari, and he was like, Tochi, you're looking pale. Tochi and her husband made it big towards the end. I want you guys to see this movie, My In-Law, if you haven't, to see how the story unfolds and enjoy. Ooh la la! Tochi's parents were flabbergasted. They were surprised. Wow, look at the vendor and Tochi, my daughter.